What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the auction house in College Football Ultimate Team, where it's at, what to expect it to continue to do. It's a weird situation. Some cards and their prices have went up, some cards and their prices have went down. We're going to be breaking all of that down in this video. One thing I do want to mention, price floors for the 90 overalls are gone, so they can now be lower than 121, which before, obviously today, the price floors were in the game. They couldn't get any cheaper. Now, price floors have been removed. You're seeing Panzer for less than 100,000 coins. And so I do like the potential for cards to eventually go down in price. Now, what I want you guys to focus on are position-based prices. And it's weird to kind of talk about it like that, but that's how we have to talk about it. Cards in their positions. For example, running back. Marshawn Lynch is good, but he's crazy overpriced because he locks in for Desmond Jackson. So we haven't seen that many good running backs come out, and that's why the price of a guy like CJ Spiller is up. So the running back position and their prices are relatively high. Right now, I'd get a guy like, it's tough, but I'd get Ricky Williams right now. Genuinely, I think he's probably the best value running back. But even Antonio Brown can now go lower than 49,000 coins. And so even if we're not talking about the top dogs, the top guys in the game, you're now going to see the cards like a Pacer, who was cheapest, 49,000 coins before, now be a little bit cheaper. And so I do think overall the market is slightly going to go down today. However, it's going to be specific cards. Julius Peppers, 45,000 is an absolute steal. The top cards I think are going to still be, insanely expensive, but I do think the budget cards are going to continue to go down in price. So that's something to know. A lot of these budget-ish cards are going way, way, way down in price. And even a guy like Will Johnson. I never thought that I'd pick up Will Johnson once again, but with the price of Will Johnson, I kind of want to. And it's crazy that I kind of want to pick him up, but I really do. I like Will Johnson. I think he's an absolute beast of a card. And the fact that he's 100,000 coins when the cards and their prices are going back up is kind of crazy. So, I was kind of right by saying the market was going to go down and to sell your cards before this season. But yet, there are some cards that have went up in price, like a CJ Spiller. He's went up in price. Some other cards that have went up in price. You look at the strong safety position. This card right here has went up in price. Strowman, now back to 400,000 coins. Even a card like Ed Reed. We didn't get a new free safety today. So Ed Reed is back up to 180, whereas he was like 170 something the other day. So that's why I'm saying it is really position specific. And even a guy like Basente, he has stayed relatively high in price because we don't see a new outside linebacker. So I don't really think we have a market crash today, but I don't want to sit up here and say the market's super high either. Braxton Miller, James Pierce Jr., those type of guys are going to be relatively expensive. However, if you want a really good budget quarterback, you can absolutely go get Barnett for the cheapest he's been, 70,000 coins. Samanza for 63,000 coins, a great budget quarterback for you guys. He might even be cheaper if you find one down there. And so that's kind of my position on things is sure, some cards have went up in price. I'm not going to sit up here and act like they haven't. However, there's a lot of cards that have went way down in price. You're now looking at a Preston Wilson card, who I absolutely love at the right guard position, for 40,000 coins. And y'all wanted to tell me the market wouldn't go down at all. Preston Wilson is a stud of a right guard. I absolutely really like this card. He's a great pass protector in this game. And the fact that he is the price he is, an absolute snag. And so the price of these 88, 89 overalls is really where I'd be looking if I were you guys today. Because some of the cards are going to remain relatively high in price. We kind of expected that, knew that was going to happen. What I didn't expect was the price of these 88 and 89s to get so cheap. I didn't expect Chris Paul Jr. today, who's a stud, to be 75,000 coins. I didn't expect, let's just look at a free safety at this overall, Malachi Starks to get less than 48,000, which he is going to continue going down in price. And so right now is a good buy opportunity, but you have to know what you're looking for. Even a Tysheem Johnson, 89 overall, I know he's undersized for his position, but he is still a really solid, strong safety in this game. And so I'm not going to tell you guys to spend a bunch of coins. I'm not going to tell you to not buy. It's not necessarily a buyer's market. It's not necessarily a seller's market. But the budget cards in this game have now become more affordable than they have ever been. And I think that is a massive step in the right direction because, a lot of people don't have 5 million coins just sitting on their account like myself. And so for them, for people, it is important to have accessibility in this game mode, and I think people are finally getting that. They're finally going to be able to really build their budget squad that is going to be able to go out there and compete with some of the top squads in the game. And you can say whatever you want about these cards that I'm showing right now. These cards can go out there and compete. You cannot tell me this Javon Curse 87 overall can't go out there and compete. You cannot tell me that this 87 overall quarterback that I'm about to show you guys, like a 86 Cam Ward, can't go out there and compete. Goldbrinson's a stud 86 overall quarterback. He can go out there and compete. 87 CJ Spiller can go out there and compete. And all of these cards are super cheap today in the auction house. Nick Nash, 20,000 coins. He's not necessarily the best receiver in the game, but he is a receiver that can go out there and give you something. So that's what I hope you guys know and realize. And even this defensive tackle, it's been a while since I've talked about Jalen Carter. He is still super good and super valuable in this game. So I hope you guys know, and I hope you guys realize, right now in College Football Ultimate Team, it's easier to be a budget baller than it's ever been. You can build a budget squad that can go out there and compete against the best cards in the game. Right now, you're looking at Kane Savage. I don't even love this card, but for 9,000 coins, you're telling me I can get this card? I don't love it, but he can go out there and compete. He's got 86 speed, 87 man coverage. He is going to go out on the field and compete for you guys. And so that's why I am so high on where the market's at right now for everybody. You don't need the best team in the game. You don't even need a good squad. You pick up all the new 86s that came out today, and again, 7,000 coins, boom, snag him. You can snipe these cards as well. They're super cheap in price. You pick up these cards today, they are going to lead you to the promised land if you can get them for solid prices. And honestly, if you buy them for super cheap, you're not even risking anything. Because if you get Goldbrinson for, let's say, like 10,000 coins, I'm not going to overspend for him, but if you get him for 10,000 coins, you're not risking anything because his price is not going to go down from there. And so that's kind of me. Pick up the new budget cards that come out today for your specific squad at whatever overall you're at, and you're going to have a lot of success playing this game. Like that's really what I want you guys to know and realize. Forget the season 2 cards. Some of them are going to still go up. Some of them are going to go down. Still think obviously the budget cards are still going way down in price. Some really good buy opportunities like a guy like Preston Wilson. But even here, Shanks for 69,000 coins. He's one of the best offensive linemen in the entire game. Chris Paul Jr. for 70,000. Johnson for 75,000. You've got so many great opportunities to pick up these new cards. And I know a lot of people are like, well, Ty, what about the season 2 cards? I get it. Like those cards, obviously some might have went up, some might have went down. But I hope for your guys' sake, you are not sitting on a bunch of season 2 cards. Because even for me, I held on to some cards not knowing if they'd go up or down. My Julius Peppers, Warren Sapp, Ricky Williams, all these cards, they're going down in value. And so I do hope you guys sold your cards. For the top level guys like James Pierce Jr., like Braxton Miller, their prices are still really high. So again, oh my gosh, is this a buy opportunity for this James Pierce Jr.? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it and hope it works out for me. I don't know if it will for 1 million coins. I don't know if that's a good opportunity or not. But I do think for the top level guys, it is a great time to kind of be selling them instead, still selling them instead of buying them for like a James Pierce Jr., a Braxton Miller right now in this game. That's going to wrap it up for my video today. Hopefully this James Pierce Jr. sells. Hopefully I don't look foolish buying him. Still think he's one of the best defensive linemen in the entire game. That's why I'm not over worried about it. But for me right now, it is a buyer's opportunity, and it's a perfect time for you guys to build your specific squad. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.